Hi, this is MXUX. I'm sure you heard about this car, the Aptera. It's just splashing on the old YouTube right now. I've done a little bit of a presentation on it. Let's see what it's about. Okay, this company was in business before. It started in 2008. It went under in 2011. It had a different style of the car then, similar but different, and they just basically ran out of money, and this was on their website. I've removed the name. Cannot wait to buy one, blah 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 blah. I was so disappointed when you gave me my money back. So that's the first thing to say about these guys. They took deposits, and when they didn't carry through, they gave everybody their money back. So that's a big plus. All right, this is what the car looks like. I think this is a rendering of the interior, but it's a pretty good one. It's kind of a Tesla-like interior. They've got mirrors for monitors for rear view mirrors, and they've got a touch screen for everything else. And I believe the rear view mirror also is a mirror. This is one combination of colors. This is a silver model here, which I think is pretty cool. This just shows you how you get in and out, how the gull wing, I don't know if they're gull wing, whatever these doors are. Anyway, looks like it's fairly easy to get in and out of, I would think. It doesn't seem to be too bad. There seems to be a lot of room in it. Jay Leno did the old one, and this is a very similar design, and he had no trouble getting in and out of it. And then here's a black one here. It's been, as the kids say, murdered. But it's a pretty cool looking vehicle. Now they're saying in the comments and stuff, no bumpers. Well, I don't know. It's three wheels. It's technically a motorcycle. The motorcycle doesn't have bumpers on it either, but they said for parking and so forth. I guess you just got to watch what you're doing. That's all. I think it's got a great look. The thing is, it's a zero drag coefficient, or as low as you can go without being zero, something like that. You could look that up. Here's some common questions. What's it made of? Kevlar, hemp. It seems to be similar material, at least on one of the layers to the composite bed liner that GM's offering. And it's a sandwich. It's got like a honeycomb. I think he said it was a plastic honeycomb with a composite on top and the bottom. It's 172 inches long, 80 inches wide, 57 high. Has 25 feet of luggage capacity. Now, on the safety, it does have crumple zones on the front and the back, so that's not a problem. And the way it's constructed, it's kind of like an F1 racer. I keep saying F1 racer, but anyway, it's got like a cockpit, and it's also got side and front airbags in it. But the thing is, it hasn't been tested yet. I don't think it's even gone through simulations yet on the testing. But they say it's going to be safe. The other one was safe, the old model, and this is better material. So I think it's going to be. So anyway, blah, blah, blah. 14 feet long, 7 feet wide, 5 feet high, Formula One style composite safety shell, front and side airbags. But it hasn't been tested yet. Okay, so I don't know. They got A or a B chassis. They have a rolling chassis. They're running around. So that's the deal. Pretty wide. I think it's as wide as a Model S. And 14 feet long. You know, it don't look like it's that long, but it is. All right, here's what Elon says. Best part is no part. Anyway. Reason I am favoring this thing is because of the super simple design. There's so few parts in it. Here's the body. And there's 4 parts to it, and that composite part, I guess if you don't count the doors and windows, but still, that's a very simple body. And I don't know if they glue that together or bolt that together or both, but anyway, I think that's really great. This is the drivetrain. Here are the motors, or in the wheels. You got a double wishbone suspension, and then this is the HVAC unit here, I believe. And then here's the controller and the AC DC converter and stuff for the battery, and that's it. So this is the whole Megillah here. Nothing to it. And there's your battery. And here's a side view. Steering wheel. This has got there's the third wheel, the last wheel behind. This has got 3 motors in it. And again, there's your batteries. There's your motors. I think it's great. I mean, so many few things to go wrong. Easy to put together. Simplicity. I don't know. It's pretty good. Kind of zen. Anyway, they got these hub motors, the same motors that the Endurance, the Lordstown Endurance uses. Lordstown licensed this from them, and they're making their own secret sauce formula of these. But this is basically the motor here. This is the whole thing. And these are the power connections. Those are the cooling connections. And there's your disc brake. And this bolts on here, and your tire bolts on there. And that's it. And this goes in your knuckle, your double wishbone, and there you go. Bob's your uncle. Anyway, Loso L5100 gearless powertrain achieves the highest torque densities of all electric motors on the market. Don't know what that means. 1,500 Newton somethings on the torque, no gears. Power output of 147. So this thing will have the 2 motor will have like 300 horsepower. 19-inch wheels. Anyway, highest torque density. I looked this up. The newtons equal 1,100 pound force feet. What no one could tell me. I don't know what that is. But this is a real high performance motor. If they use this, I'm sure they'll use this or some version of it. It's one of the fastest one made today. And it's only 2 connections. I estimate the weight at this at 70 pounds. I don't know. So it's got 2 moving parts, maybe 1 moving part. I don't know. I'm still not. I mean, there's a drum within a drum, and that's the motor. Anyway, I guess there's 2. These guys are offering this vehicle in a 2 and 3 motor design, and this has torque vectoring and traction control is built into the control unit they sell for this motor. So this car will have torque vectoring, and so that'll say the wheels could go at different speeds depending on what they're doing, and traction control. So all right, I really like this design because of the simplicity. If you look at the Tesla motor, the casting is so big, and the reduction gear is so big, and then they got the CV joints coming off, and everybody's saying, well, that's efficient. Well, you know, eventually, I don't know, maybe not though, but you know, in a nice car, you certainly have to change the CV joints once in a while. And you know, I don't know what that is, $300, $500 repair. But I was watching the other day a clip of a guy changing, you know, the Tesla motor. I don't know which model. It's got this big aluminum gear housing, and it's got transmission fluid in it. And the guy was changing it, and there's a drain plug on it. And he goes, you got to be careful because this drain plug is magnetized steel or whatever, and this housing is aluminum, and you don't want to over torque it and crack this housing. I'm thinking to myself, oh God, you know, take it to a Jiffy Lube. There you go. Cross thread that or crack it. Anyway, it's funny because the guy, when he went to take it out, it was over torqued when he took it out. But anyway, this, you don't. I don't think you have that problem. I mean, you have a cooling hose there. I don't know. It goes through a radiator. We'll see. We'll have to see. Now, this is an interesting thing. with this company and this vehicle. And you know, Sandy Munroe is doing, I think he's got 3, maybe 4 now of these 3-wheel vehicles that he's consulting on. And I guess he's consulting. I really don't know. He is a consultant. He's a gun for hire, you know. But anyway, they're calling it the Munroe Partnership. Maybe they cut him a slice. I don't know. And he's working with them to bring their vehicles to market quickly, scalable, production and design center in San Diego. Full-scale manufacturing is going to start next year. Munroe and Associates. Layout of the assembly line, productization, whatever that is, metal parts, HVAC. Anyway, you know, Sandy Munroe, he was a disciple of Deming, who is a god. I mean, come on. With what was Deming? X-bar, R-bar charts? I mean, this guy here, he really knows his stuff. The fact that he's involved, but like I said, he's involved in 2 other cars too, 3-wheel cars, and you know, maybe he's just making a living, but I'm sure he wouldn't get involved if he didn't think it was a good idea. If you watch my other videos, you'll see he's been talking about hub motors, wheel hub motors, for the last 3 months nonstop. Anyway, check out my other videos. You'll see what I'm talking about. So Munroe is on the deal, helping them set this up, and because, you know, they got the tubular frame, they got the wishbones. I mean, it's a very simple vehicle. It looks like it would be, I guess nothing's easy to manufacture, but relatively easy to manufacture, and not a lot to go wrong, and, well, you know, there's electronics. But anyway, these are some of the innovations of this car, besides the shape. Now, and again, I mentioned earlier, there's an older one. If you look, if you Google this, you'll get one model. There's an older model that, you know, they were doing their best to make it work, but you know, the composites and the technology finally caught up to the point where they could do this right. And they had a drive system similar to a Tesla, and the old one with CV joints and drive shafts, and it just looked too clunky, and the body itself, the composites weren't at a point where they could get this exact shape. And anyway, so here's the wheel hub motors. Again, the motors are there. There's no motors inside the body cavity, and they got this zero drag coefficient design. And then the other thing they have is they have this one has this is a special option, this back lid, but these are solar panels, solar cells, and they're embedded in the roof and the hood, and this is the back cover. There's some on the tail fins here too, and these things will charge the car. And I think if you just have these 2 panels on it, it'll do 14 miles a day, and if you have this third one on it, it'll do another 16 miles a day or something like that. I got it later in the presentation, but if you don't drive very much, and you got a sunny climate, I mean, this thing might charge itself. You may never have to go to a charging station. Now, the weight of this thing is like 1,500 pounds, you know, because of the construction and everything. So, I don't know, with the traction control and the 3-wheel drive, maybe it'll be all right in the snow. I don't know, but that's, you know, like the Endurance pickup truck is 4,000 pounds, so that gives you an idea of the weight difference. That's pretty light. But anyway, if you look at the other videos online, you'll see the interior is quite big as well. I mean, I don't know, it's cool. I don't know. I think I like it. Anyway, how much does it cost? Well, the bare bones base model is $26K. So I'll just go through this. It starts here. You know, you get a 250 mile range, which is probably what, 150 whatever, for $25,900, and then you get 400 for 30 grand, and then for 600 miles you get 35 grand. You get 600 mile range. Okay, And then if you want to plunk down 45 grand, you get 1,000 miles of range. The dual wheel does 0 to 60 in 5.5. I think that's crippled by software. And the all wheel will do 3.5 seconds. Oh no, the kilowatts are different. The batteries are different, I guess. Anyway, 5.5 and 3.5. They got some really nice interiors. I like what they've done with the interior. It's minimalist, but I think it looks great. I like the exterior colors too. This murdered black is what all the kids like, I think, you kids out there. I kind of like the silver one. And then there's white and whatever. There's custom body colors. There's a blue, I think, and some other color. Now, here's the solar roof. 16 miles of charging daily comes with the solar roof, provided you got a sunny climate. The solar hood, you add an additional 6 miles a day, so that's what, 24. And then if you get the rear hatch, you get 18 more miles a day, and 24 and 18 is 34, and 8 is 44 miles a day. Charging, passive charging. I don't know. That's most people's commute. I think people, the average driving is 50. But anyway, here's all the choices and so forth. And when you put a deposit down, you make a rough, and then they say you can change it. But I'm sure they just want to know who's serious about getting it. Now let's look at the finances of this company. It's new. You know, the old one went under in 2011. So the last report ends on the 31st of last year, 2019. And this is just a graphic representation, but it's zero revenue. A net loss of 200 grand. No short-term debt, which is good. I don't know about long-term debt. They raised $200,000 in 2019, and they had $190 in cash. So not broke, but you know, got zero revenues there. Doing a little cash burn. Got the fire burning there. Rebooted Aptera, Elape. That's the in-wheel. Blah 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 blah. Aptera formed in 2005. To bring three-wheel, and then went out of business in 2011. So there you go. And that chick got her money back. Now resurrected the original management team, which is good. Three-wheeler, 1,000 miles on a single charge. All right, this is interesting. Energy usage less than 100 watts per mile, as compared to the standard range 2019 Tesla Model 3 consumes 2.5 times more than this, and the Tesla Model X does what, 4.25 times what this does. So that's why it's small and light, and I'm sure it has a smaller, but you know, it's the Tesla. I mean, these are some really good numbers here, as I understand it, not being an engineer. Anyway. As part of their fundraising in the last year, and I'm not sure how this works. You have to check it out. This is the address up here, WeFunder and /Aptera. So they raised $1 million on here, $1.5 million looks like, $1.6 million maybe. And this is part of their funding too. And then let's see. This is the new co-founder. This is the new guy. The other guys were the original founders. His name's Michael Johnson. Venture co-founder, owner, president, S&J Petroleum, Upstream. I believe that's oil wells. OG Exploration Company based in Texas. Co-founder, major shareholder of Flux Power, a lithium powder. So, you know, lithium owns a lithium mine or something. Anyway, I tried to do some research on this is a private company, and it's kind of difficult to find information on it. This is a map showing, this is not accurate. I look, they have a list of his oil wells, and I don't know how many are producing or what they're, this guy's got like, he must have 200, 300 itty-bitty oil wells, I guess, unless they're all big oil wells, I don't know. But anyway, this will give you an idea of where the oil and gas wells are. And then this is his production. I guess it's in the past. But anyway, what has he got? 98,000 barrels of oil and 14 million cubic feet of gas. But anyway, there's not a lot of current information on this guy. But, you know, this is, you know, somebody that's looking to transition out of oil and gas and get into the new economy. So he's a smart guy, and I think he's got some cash. I mean, I was going to put some other information up, but I couldn't verify that it was his company. But if he's got like a little mini conglomerate going there, if it's him, and he's got a lot going on, and I think he's a money man, I would imagine. I think. Anyway, I'm going to do some more work on this maybe, but I just wanted to tell you, I'm not a financial advisor or an engineer or an accountant, so you can evaluate this company yourself. After I checked this thing out and the engineering and saw Munroe was involved and these Hub Motors were involved, I'm fans of all that. I personally put down a $100 refundable deposit on the cheapest model. Okay, I ain't saying you should do it, but who knows? The price may go up or the options may go down. That's what I thought anyway. But anyway, I'm going to put a link in the. I've never done this before. I'm going to put a link in the description, and you can. It's $100. You can make a reservation. The delivery date is 2021-ish. They don't really say for sure, but they say 2021. The only reason I'm putting this link in is because if you remember in the beginning of the presentation, the last time they didn't make it, they gave that girl her money back. So I think these guys are straight shooters, and I mean, I don't know. We all make mistakes. Maybe poor judgment on my part, but you can look at it for yourself, see what you think. I'm fascinated by it, and I'm going to see where it goes. So thank you. I'm going to roll some video of this rolling chassis on this thing, and I don't believe it's a pusher. I think it's self-powered, and I'll check you out. I got a couple more videos coming. All right, MXUX, we'll see you.